Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sally Lemus. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. An IPI employee is awarded over $5 million in federal court. Also tonight, police say a ballistics report will help them find out which gun and whose gun injured a 7-year-old in a home shooting incident. And an upcoming town hall meeting to talk on some military buildups on Tinian. In sports, it was a Tuesday night showdown, the finals of local basketball. Stay with us, we have these stories and more up next.
What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Kinda wild out. Catch a groove. What's the move?
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the CNMI Department of Public Safety.
Click it or take it.
Mickey D's McCrispy. Formerly known as the Crispy Chicken Sandwich, now has some respect on his name. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Real talk. The Spicy Crispy Chicken Sandwich should have been named Spicy McCrispy from jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day to the Wami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Wednesday, May 31, 2023. A former hotel manager is awarded over $5 million in damages from Imperial Pacific.
In 2015, Joshua Gray began working for IPI as the Director of Operations. Less than a year later, he filed a charge with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission alleging that IPI discriminated against qualified U.S. citizens in favor of foreign workers. Gray and IPI settled that claim, and Gray remained an employee, but says he was quickly shut out of key operational issues, and in 2017, Gray was placed on a list of IPI employees to be terminated. Then CEO Mark Brown stopped that termination, but Gray says he was marginalized at work and continued to be left out of key projects. He then found out that he was put back on a termination list in December of 2018. In January 2019, IPI's owner, Mr. G, asked Mark Brown, "Why is that fat black guy still here?" and told Brown to fire Gray. According to court documents, Brown told G that it was illegal to terminate Gray, but he was fired anyway. Gray filed suit against IPI in 2019, alleging wrongful termination in violation of public policy. He's currently represented by local CNMI attorney Bruce Berline. A default judgment was previously issued against IPI, and the parties have been awaiting the damages calculation. In Judge Mona Manglonia's ruling, she says that Gray has prevailed against IPI on his racial discrimination claim, his wrongful termination claim, and his retaliation claim. In awarding damages, she awarded Gray $120,000 in back pay, $300,000 in lost future earnings, and $1 million in emotional distress. The court also awarded over $4 million in punitive damages for a total of $5.6 million plus attorney's fees and costs.
An update tonight on the criminal case filed against former Governor Ralph Torres. A Guam-based judge has overruled the CNMI's objection to him presiding over the case. The CNMI, through Special Attorney James Kingman, objects to Judge Arthur Barcenas presiding over the criminal case of former Governor Ralph Torres. On May 5th, Kingman objected the appointment of Barcenas, stating that Barcenas is already presiding over another case involving the former governor in the Supreme Court. Kingman says the controversy in question arises from the same investigation that originated the criminal charges, and that each should be heard independently. Kingman is worried about the potential for a verdict that could be appealed. Pro Tem Judge Barcenas issued the order himself today, stating that the arguments presented by Special Prosecutor James Kingman do not constitute a basis for disqualification. According to Barcenas, the two cases involve two separate legal matters, and facts in common are not considered to be disqualifying events. Barcenas says a decision in one case does not affect the decision in another, and parties cannot attack a judge's impartiality while acting in his judicial capacity. Barcenas further says because the objection for disqualification is based on Barcenas' status as a judge, the source is not extrajudicial. The defense team of former Governor Torres filed their notice of non-objection on April 26. A status conference is set for Monday, June 5th, which may determine the new trial date. Investigations into the Cagman shooting, where a 7-year-old boy was shot in the face, banks on a ballistics report pending in Guam. According to police spokesperson Fred Sato, the CNMI Department of Public Safety has sent the bullet shell collected from the home where a 7-year-old boy was shot in the face over to the Guam Police Department. Sato says there are multiple licensed firearm owners in the Cagman residence where the shooting occurred, including a law enforcement officer. The ballistics report is expected to indicate whether the firearm was a service gun or a regular registered gun.
Right now, I cannot confirm if it's a service firearm because we haven't analyzed the ballistic that was the expended cartridge that was found within the home. So all that is going through testing. Once we can confirm, then we will provide that information.
The CNMI currently does not have a crime lab. Sato says they are going through the process.
It's not a cover-up. Investigations are a process. People need to understand that in order to charge a person, we have to build a case, make sure that the evidence is accurate, because we cannot just say, so-and-so said this, and then we take that word and there we have a case where, everything is a process. It's part of the system. We have to analyze all evidence that's gathered, interviews, whatever witness statements that were taken and all that stuff. So,
according to DPS, there were 2 minor children playing in the home, but it's not clear who found the gun and how the weapon was discharged. GPD is speaking with the injured child who is still in Guam.
We do not want to speculate who fired what until we can get the confirmation from our counterparts in Guam.
Gun ownership is legal here in the NMI, but you must secure a license from DPS. When applying, DPS conducts background checks, a written test, and a safety training, which includes methods for safely storing and securing firearms and ammunition and preventing child access. According to the Northern Marianas Islands state law, Chapter 2, Section 1024 states that the firearm must be stored in a locked container or disabled with a trigger lock. If a minor child is injured due to negligent storage of a firearm, the registered owner could face a $5,000 fine or a maximum of 5 years jail time. All right, coming up, a top athlete visits Saipan and gives tips on an up-and-coming sport. Stay tuned.
Get your goods here with care and attention with Micronesia Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, and bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals, operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it. Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. The Tinian community is invited to a town hall meeting tomorrow. The Commonwealth Ports Authority will hold a town hall meeting on Thursday, June 1st, regarding the improvement proposal for the Tinian Harbor by the Department of Defense. CPA wants to advise the Tinian community of the development concept put together by DOD and invites them to the town hall meeting for any questions. The town hall meeting is scheduled for Thursday, June 1st, 5:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. at the Tinian Elementary School. CPA will hold a board meeting the following day, Friday, June 2nd, where the Seaport Facilities Committee will give an update. For those who cannot make it to the town hall meeting, you can watch it live on the Mayor of Tinian's Facebook page. It's an up-and-coming activity that has already become a big part of the local sports community. This week, a teaching pro and one of the top players in the world was on our shores giving some professional instruction, tips, and encouragement. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Pickleball is a racket sport that was invented as a backyard game for kids in Bainbridge Island, Washington State. It's now spreading quickly across the United States. It was named the fastest growing sport in the U.S. in 2021, 2022, and 2023.
It's really a combination. Singles is definitely closest to tennis, but singles doesn't translate as well because this is more of a finesse and strategy game. So they say it's a combination of table tennis, tennis, and badminton, somewhere in between those three.
Who's they? I feel like you're part of
they.
they.
Yeah, I'm part of they. I hadn't quite figured it out either, but it depends on the day and who you're playing with. But I think eventually it will become Asian dominated because of the table tennis and badminton. Right now it's American centric because of tennis, but once it gets to the Olympics, Asia's going to just go wild with it.
Scott Moore is one of the top senior players in the world. He says he got into the game just before it started to boom and has helped bring the game to players around the world, both playing and teaching. You said you've been playing 11 years and competing for 10. How long's pickleball been around?
Been around for 65 years. For whatever reason, I have some theories, but it just exploded the last 5 or 6. We had a couple billionaires get in and then start putting a lot of money into it. Now it's on the TV and the celebrities have gotten into it. LeBron Jameses and Tom Brady's of the world own professional teams. They have a pro league. The prize money's getting there. It's been picked up by ESPN, CBS Sports. So all of a sudden, there's just this huge wave of people getting into it, amateurs and pros, and it's just taken on a life of its own, way beyond what anyone imagined it would do.
Pickleball has a short learning curve, and players with racket sports backgrounds can start having fun quickly. It appeals to a wide range of fitness levels and ages. In Saipan, players compete nightly at the American Memorial Park, mostly in doubles, and there's a system in place that moves people through the courts. Nelson and Donna Crum are the pickleball founders of the sport here locally. They first gathered up players in the parking lot of their local dental clinic, and that grew into a presence up on Capitol Hill, and more recently a move to one of the tennis courts at American Memorial Park, where they fit in 4 courts on one tennis court and players play. How is our local pickleball scene? What do they need to work on? Where are they at right now?
So they're up and coming, right? It's got, I don't know, a couple hundred people playing, super friendly, learning the basics, committed to actually bringing over pros to learn right. So it's in a good place. Very friendly. They're just super open and teaching lots of beginners, and so they're doing everything right. Definitely need some more courts. Have some growing pains as they get too many people and having to wait for courts and stuff. But I think the people are in place to make it happen.
Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
In collaboration with the National Click It or Ticket Enforcement Mobilization, the Department of Public Safety will hold 4 occupant protection and child restraint checkpoints. The first set of checkpoints is scheduled for Thursday, June 1st. DPS will conduct its OPCR checkpoint on Beach Road, Susupi from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. The second one will be on Monsignor Guerrero Road in Chalankidza from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The second set is scheduled for Saturday, June 3rd. The first checkpoint will be along Chalantun Tomas Sablon, Chalampiao from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., while the second checkpoint will be along Chalan Poly Arnold, Puerto Rico from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. We have sports up next.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle. Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Buenas sports fans.
The Oasis take down Team Marianas in the inaugural Michelob Ultra basketball tournament.
Basketball's back, and on the very same day as Marianas High School graduation, the Old Aces used defense to take down Team Marianas Tuesday night in the Ada gym.
Feels good to be back on the floor. Obviously, basketball has been out for Saipan for quite a while. So we're happy to have all the boys back, and it's always good to win, right? It always feels good to win.
What was the strategy in the championship?
Defense, not just for the championship, but for our club, for the Oasis, defense is always key. We know, again, obviously, Team Marianas, they're a national team. They got a lot of offensive threats. So if we play defense, we know we give our team the best chance to win.
Game was played on the newly renovated court inside Ada, and the days of leaving the doors open to get a little breeze are behind us, at least for now.
It's awesome. It's a beautiful court, right? So we're happy to be able to play on it. We look forward. I know the Federation's goal is to host more games here for the country, so we look forward to that as well. And yeah, we're just happy basketball's back.
I think, like I said, it really started off with a lot of excitement, which that's what I wanted to begin. And I think now they're able to know what the expectation is, both not only playing indoor with aircon, having fans, the way we need to or should be. So what I was hoping for is kind of leveling up on every aspect, not only as athletes, where they need to be coaching-wise, what they need to do, and also the expectations of what the fans need. So, so I think overall we've accomplished that so far.
Great tournament all around. Big shouts out to Marpac for bringing basketball back to the CNMI. Huge thank you to all the volunteers to help put this together. Without the volunteers, sports in the CNMI would be difficult. So thank all of them for their time and their efforts.
I'm Dre, one of the personal trainers here at Goats Gym, and today we're going to show you a Bulgarian split squat, a fantastic lower body exercise that should be a main staple in your training. Now the first thing we want to address is the rear foot placement. Now whether it's toes on or toes off, just find what's comfortable for you. The bigger issue we want to tackle is the height of the box or bench. You see, when you set up on a box or a bench that's too high, that inherently puts an aggressive stretch on the front of your hip. Oftentimes, that sensation will take away from the working leg, the leg that's on the floor. And when you start to add load in this faulty position, you're bound to run into some problems, particularly if you got some mobility restrictions. So Jamila's gonna set up. She's gonna descend with control, and from there, just stand tall.
And for your KSPN weather report, tonight through Thursday night, Saipan and Tinian residents can expect mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southeast winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, lows around 80, highs around 85. Your chance of showers is around 50%. On Rhoda, tonight through Thursday night, mostly cloudy with numerous heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. East wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, locally heavy rainfall possible, lows around 79, highs 82. Typhoon Mawar is recurving well west of the Marianas, but will continue to send a long period west to northwest swell into the Marianas, which is expected to increase by late week. A persistent easterly trade swell will also prevail. Combined seas heights of generally 5 to 7 feet and gentle to moderate trade winds are projected to stay below hazardous levels. Heavy showers and thunderstorms are expected through Thursday, especially for the Guam and Rhoda coastal waters. Low tide will be at 11:52 a.m., followed by a high tide at 6:29 p.m. Sunrise will be at 5:46 a.m. and the sunset 6:43 p.m. And there you have it, folks. That is your midweek edition of the news, sports, and weather here in the Marianas. Thank you so much for watching the Channel 2 News. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you back here on Friday.